off and start it again. But that completes row 10, and row 11 is continue working even all the way around for 30 single crochet. Okay, we just completed row 11, and I need a new stitch marker color. I'll just cut me a piece of this off. Yeah, save your end scraps. You can use them for stitch markers. You can use them for stuffing. Yeah, and it's about time for me to use this bag as stuffing. I like to put it on the inside of a plushie instead of on the outside. So, allergies, allergies, allergies. Okay, I like to put them on the inside. I like to put the polyfill on the outside and then put the yarn clippings in the middle. Okay, 12 single crochet, and then we change to yellow. Well, I dropped the yellow in the floor, so I'm gonna have to go get it. This yarn is, I love this yarn. It's a 4 medium acrylic, and it's a really soft. I love this yarn. They named it aptly. So it says we add yellow, 12 single crochet, then change to yellow. Put you over here so you don't get lost. And I've got to have coffee, y'all. First thing in the morning, my sinuses are bad. And it'll be like this for about another couple of hours. But hot coffee helps a whole lot. Helps clear out my throat. Right in here is where I'm congested. Okay, we're changing to the yellow now. And we're going to make a bobble. Let's see. A yellow bobble stitch. Color change to brown. And 4 single crochets. Okay, let's do a bobble stitch. Do y'all know how to do a bobble stitch? Okay. We'll yarn over, go through our loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, go through our loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Oops, we don't do that with brown. We do that with brown. We do that with brown. Don't make it sit up. It's hard to take a bobble out without just undoing the whole thing. So there's us a little bobble stitch. Okay. 4, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change color back to the yellow. And we just ran it behind our stitches. We just ran it behind our stitches so that we can just pull it right back up. Do a bobble stitch and go back to the brown. Change back to our brown. And sometimes it's hard to get it through the bobble because see there, I split my yarn somewhere in there, but I got it back. And then it says 12 single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 'Good morning, K-pop lover. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy watching this morning. Nope, that's just weird. And that completes row 12. Stop here and place the eyes in beak. I sew on my eyes, so this will be embroidered today because this is a little plushie. Place the eyes in the beak. stars go directly above each foot. That's the yellow bobble stitch. Between round 7 and 8, 6 single crochets apart. And then we turn the page. Okay, back to my channel. Let's see. Purple. Well, it's a purple with and I can't understand the language. Farouk wrote hello and goodness today. Internet is out today, so I'm having to use my Ramsden for the plushies behind me up for adoption today. They all come with a certificate of adoption. And if you buy today, I ship today, because it's only 8 in the morning and our mail is picked up at 4 o'clock at our post office. So let's get back to our are we finished with the yellow? I guess we'll sew it in when we come around. Should have already done that, but well, hindsight's 20/20. We've always heard that. Okay, round 13 is 3 single crochet and decrease. So we're almost finished with this little guy because he only has 16 rounds. And we have our polyfill with us. So let's see, what do we need to do? 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. You want down, baby? You just turn it around. Yeah, it's supposed to storm sometime today, and she's afraid of thunder. So it's already started thundering, so I didn't think the storm was supposed to be here till tonight. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. And pop the bobbles out. 1, 2, 3, and increase. Decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Move our stitch marker up, and that completes round 13. It says start stuffing. Okay. Oh, did I tell you what I was making today? This is a low sew baby eagle pattern by Crochet by Jenna. I thought this was her pattern, but I wasn't sure. And I really do love Crochet by Jenna. I like everything she does except for those huge dragons. My goodness, y'all. I do not need a 5-foot dragon. Now, the ones I have made, this one back here, he's about 14 inches long. 19 sew-ons. 19 sew-ons. I didn't think I'd ever finish with him. I mean, it took days for the sew-ons. Okay, the next round is 2 single crochet and decrease. So we're making his bottom now. Okay, 1, 2, and decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. Decrease. One, 2, decrease. Okay, 1 single crochet and decrease. Oh, the brown got me again. 1 and decrease. 1 and decrease. 1 and decrease. And I forgot to move my stitch marker up on that last round. Excuse me, y'all. And this will be about the last time we get to stuff. Just a little bit more stuffing. Okay, this next round says decrease all around for 6 single crochets. Now, keep your stuffing pushed down inside your plushie or it's going to pull through. Let me show you what that ugly thing looks like. See, you don't want to pull your stuffing through. That's a bad thing. So poke your finger in here. And decrease on every stitch. Yeah, sometimes you have to go slow to keep that stuffing out of your way. Especially when it starts getting so tight. Does anybody have any questions today? Can we get just a tad more stuffing in here? Yeah, we can. Okay. stitches fell out. Okay, I need to cut my yarn. And now I'm ready to sew them together. I don't like that hook, it's just needle that's just too little. And it's hard to thread that needle. Okay, so we sew him closed. Pull it closed. And sew the tail in. And we sew it through the stuffing and through the body. And then back down through the same hole. Sew through the stuffing. Come out the other side. We still have yarn left, so pull it in and out somewhere else. Okay, now take our hook and pull this last little bit of yarn through to the inside. Now we need to crochet him on some eyes and a beak. Okay, I need black for his eyes. Have I done taken the black somewhere else? Oh, here we go. Let's pull out the black. I'm bound to have a piece long enough to embroider his eyes on. So let's see what we have. I have several long pieces to choose from. I think that's enough. So let's get some markers and sew it in. It said directly above the feet. Six stitches apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, his eyes need to be further away. Okay, how's that? That too far apart. Yeah, sometimes it takes you a little bit to decide where to put the eyes. And the way I embroidered my eyes in, I come in from somewhere else. Leave a long tail. pull our marker out. Embroider some eyes. Oh, that looks good. And then we come back through the same place where we started. And that completes his eyes. And then we double knot so it will never come out. And there we go. Pull it to the inside. Just keep pulling it through with your crochet hook. Okay, his eyes are done. And now we need a beak. And his beak is done in yellow. We just need a little bit of yellow to embroider on his beak. Come in from the side somewhere. See how big is his beak. Is that beak too big? Then we double this knot also. Have all of y'all been watching the webcams of the eagles giving birth to their eggs and raising them? Yeah, well, I watch a few of those. Yeah, I like to see them come in and build their nest and lay their eggs and sit there and hatch them and then take care of the babies. The babies are starting to get pretty big. If you saw the webcam yesterday. And there we go. A real cute little, doesn't he supposed to have a top knot? Turn the page. A frill. Go back to the picture. Oh, he does have a little top knot, and we make that in white. I was skipping a whole page. Okay, we can put our glasses back on because we are working in white. Chain 4, starting in the second chain from the hook, 4 half double crochets down the chain. Okay, we'll do that in white. Okay, says chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half double crochets down the chain. 2, 3. Now you're at the bottom of the chain. Repeat the steps in the brackets 2 more times. Okay, 2 more times. That gives us 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Half double crochet back down the chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half double crochet back down the chain, starting in the second loop from the hook. 2, and up, forgot to do a half double crochet, and 3. Okay, so when you're done the third and last frill, picture above on the right, slip stitch into the base of the first frill. So now the frills will be connected in a circular form. Okay, and slip stitch back into here. Okay, here and here. So now the frills will be connected in a circular form. Sew the frill onto the top of the eagle's head, right in the middle of the magic ring you created in round 1 of the body. Note the frill should curl naturally. Mine is not curling. Go back and reread it. What I said. It was just 1 single crochet, wasn't it? Chain 4, starting in the second chain from the hook, 3 half double crochets down the chain. Okay, so let's just cut our yarn and sew it in. Well, okay, we'll just sew it on. I don't see how it's going to curl. Okay, it says sew them into the magic ring. Okay, sew this on good several times because we don't want it to come out. Okay. Okay, getting back with his yarn tail and do a double knot. We can take our stitch markers and sew this little tail in. Or can I just pull him through with my needle? I think I can. Well, he's curling now. Look how cute. And why do I have a little bit of tail showing out? Do this again and get this last little tail through. Baby want down? Okay. Almost dropped her. Well, how about we just cut these? There we go. There we have it. We have our cute little, what's he called? Eagle baby? Baby eagle. I think he turned out cute. And for me, this took, I guess, took me over an hour to make him. So there's another little plushie I can put up here. You don't want to sit. Well, let me find something for you. Well, where's the little one? Is the bear the little stick? Maybe. Here we go. My husband made me, well, I'm going to have to show it to you. My husband made me this board with the skewers coming up to hold my plushies. He just took a piece of lumber and sawed it into 3 pieces. So let's see if I can get him on this morning so he'll stand up. Sometimes this stuffing is really tight, and it's really hard to get something through it. But if you push and turn, it'll eventually work. Okay, I got him on a little stand, and then we'll put the bear back on a stand. These are up for adoption today in my Etsy store, and the name is Lillie Ramsden 4499. How much time do we have left? Okay, I think we've got plenty of time left. Oh shoot, and mess up that little stand. Okay, what is my story? I started crocheting when I was about 10. I'm not really sure of the age. And that was back in, if I was 10, then that was 62. But I'm really not sure about the dates. I was a child. Who keeps up with that? So back in the 50s and the 60s, people made, or the early 60s, the only patterns I knew for crochet were doilies. And nobody taught me increasing. So when they showed me how to get started, I learned how to single crochet. I don't remember anything about increasing. And so when I didn't increase, I didn't know any better. So instead of making a doily, I made a little cup. It just kept drawing up. So, and I didn't know what the problem was, and that's not what I was trying to make. So that discouraged me. And I don't know if I went back to the neighbor lady for her to teach me more, or if I just put it down. I don't remember what I did after that. But I was also sewing on the machine, and I could embroidery. My grandmother taught me how to embroidery when I was little. I have a, y'all probably don't even know this word, I have a sampler embroidery cloth that I did when I was 5, because it had a place for my name and my age on this pattern. So it's in the cedar chest somewhere. I'll have to pull it out so y'all can see it. So, I don't know what I did for the next so-and-so, but during the 70s, it was granny squares. Everything was granny squares. So in 72, I was pregnant with my son, and I made him a granny square blanket for a newborn. And that's back when they had wool and the pattern and everything all together. Well, I'm just 20. I don't know about washing wool. So when I completed that blanket, it was all dirty, and I put it in the washing machine. put it in the dryer. I didn't know any better. And it came out a little bit bigger than this sheet of paper. I mean, disappointed. So that's my second disappointment on crocheting. And then I know I started crocheting in 78 because that's when I got the pattern for the chick and the egg. And I don't know how I made that thing using their directions. Their directions were awful. I have since rewritten their directions so that you understand it, because theirs was, you could make it by it, but it was unintelligible. So I rewrote it. I make my chicken eggs now. I haven't released that pattern yet. I haven't released anything but my crochet no-sew bunny rabbit pattern. That's the only one I've finished, and I got him finished sometime the first couple of weeks in March. And after I made 4 or 5 bunny rabbits, I was just sick and tired of bunny rabbits. I was so glad for Easter to be over. Couldn't contain myself this year. So that's how I started back crocheting. Is I found that pattern for the chicken, the eggs, and I crocheted some for my son and for my sister's son. So they got chicken eggs for Easter, or I might have made them, a whole bunch of them, I don't remember. And I have kept up with that pattern for, well, since 78, almost 80, almost 50 years. It's 40-something years I've kept up with that pattern. And I've moved. Let's see, at the time I got the pattern, I lived in Adamsville. I moved to Savannah, Georgia. Then when I moved back from Savannah, I moved to Vandiver, Alabama. And then from Vandiver, I moved to Southside, Birmingham. Moved to another location in Southside, Birmingham. And then I moved to Hoover. And then we moved to Adamsville into another house. And then we eventually got our house remodeled and moved into it. And through all those moves, I've kept up with that pattern. I had a filing cabinet. So filing cabinet just moved with me. So somewhere around that time also, I was making, for my son's class, like, oh, wait a minute. So somewhere about that time is when I started making, because the kids were in school by 78. They might have been in the first grade. Yeah, Brian would have definitely been in the first grade. Keith might still be in kindergarten. So I made them chicken and eggs, and I liked making that so much that, you know, I fell back in love with crochet. So I started looking for patterns for holidays. You know, like a bunny rabbit for Easter, Santa Claus face for Christmas, a turkey face for Thanksgiving, and ghost or bats or something for Halloween. So I just made different holiday, and I would put the little tiny pins on the back so that you could put it on your, you know, pin it to your clothes. So that's what I did. I would send the kids with enough objects that it was enough for everyone in the class. So that's what I did for years with the boys until they got too big and wouldn't take them to class. And then after that, you know, I was moving around from place to place. And when I moved back to, Alabama, I moved to Vandiver. So in 71, my first grandchild was born. But between those years and then, I actually crocheted some sweaters. I crocheted a sweater for a girl, and I crocheted two, I guess you'd call them pullover hoodies with the pockets in the front for the boys. And then when the grandkids were born, I started making things for them. And so I'm still making chicken eggs after all these years. And so, you know, I didn't do much crocheting when the kids were little, or the grandkids were little, except for, you know, holidays where I'd make them stuff. But then I also made them things like sock monkeys. You remember sock monkeys? They were a big thing. And I looked up the socks. You can still get the socks. And I kept that pattern also. Kept it all these years. So I can make some more sock monkeys if I want to. But all those sock monkeys I made years ago, they disintegrated or fell apart or got moldy or got lost or something happened to them, but I don't have any more. I know that the last one, I didn't know I had a leak in the window, and so I had a toy box over by the window in the bedroom so that the kids knew where the toys were. And then they were old enough then that I would buy them clothes at the thrift store, like dress-up clothes. I bought the boys like cummerbunds and our vest, and the girls, I bought them dresses or let them have some of my old clothes to wear. So the kids got to play dress up at my house when they came to visit. And I didn't get really excited about crochet until December of 2023. It was about the middle of the month. I subscribed to Guidepost. It's a Christian magazine. And December of 23, the Guidepost, one of the stories in Guidepost. Oh, y'all. And this is what have left from my sinus problems. I'm left with, I don't know, I guess this is bronchitis or something. I don't know. But I just have terrible coughing fits. So Guidepost came out that December. An article in it was Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. And I'm going, well, I know how to crochet. I know how to make little things. And so that put me on the quest for amigurumi. I didn't even know amigurumi existed then. But when I looked it up, I learned that word. I know how to spell that word. So then I started making little things. Like the pins I used to make, because they were little, and I could just leave them at Walmart on a shelf somewhere, and I have a little tag that says, I'm not lost, I'm just alone. If I made you smile, take me home. So I have given them out for the last almost a year and a half now. And then somewhere in there, amigurumi showed up, or I found YouTube. Now, we've been watching YouTube for years, learning how do you put in a new ice maker in the refrigerator? How do you put in a new heating coil for the dryer? You know, stuff like that, that's easy to do, but you still need some instructions. So I just got on YouTube and typed in crochet. If you just type in crochet, you're going to get a lot of stuff. And I'm sorry, y'all. I've got... Okay, I'm back. I was trying to make it to 10 o'clock this morning. But if my throat gives out, I'm going to have to quit sooner. That's just another about 22 minutes. So after I started doing the little projects, then I started doing big projects. Or, well, I found some people I like, and it took me a while to actually figure out that I could be a Patreon for somebody, send them so many dollars a month, and they would send me a pattern or two. Well, okay, $6, I get 2 patterns. That's a bargain. So it was Crochet by Jenna first, and she started sending me patterns, so that's why I have so much of Crochet by Jenna. And then somebody else recommended Rosalie Toys. And then there was, oh shoot, I can't even think of my favorite people that I subscribed to this morning. But I watch a lot of people on YouTube crochet. I watch them knit. I watch them make all sorts of things. But I'm still an amigurumi person. I've made a few other things like the beanies and soap socks to give away, but you know, I haven't made very many of them. I already have more than my 50 small projects for Operation Christmas Child. Oh, I guess it's August or September of last year. Our church did Operation Christmas Child. They announced it because at that time of year, it's back to school. You can get school supplies and things at special prices, like pens and pencils and glue sticks, tablets, just all sorts of school supplies and things. So our church started gathering up supplies, and each, you know, everybody in the church would buy so many of something. And then, so I made 50 amigurumi to send for Operation Christmas Child. And the stuff you see behind me, well, this is Operation Christmas Child. He's small enough to be Operation Christmas Child. But the rest of them, and well, the loaf cats might be too, or they might just be too big. I'm not sure. I haven't measured them in my box. But the box is tiny, y'all. I mocked up a box where I just cut boxes open. And it's a little tiny box. It's this tall. And it's this length and width. So it's like 12 by 7 by 4 inches. And you can't put much in that. Let's see, a loaf cat. Well, a loaf cat would fit on one end. So I guess the loaf cats are small enough. But everything else back here, these are too big. There's no way that would fit in a box. So I'm adopting out my plushies today. My Etsy shop is Lillie Ramsden 4499. So if you see any plushies behind me you'd like, we'll go on over to my Etsy shop and purchase them. So on to my story. That got me up to, so when I first found out, I said I can make plushies. So I sent them the 13-gallon kitchen trash size bags to full with plushies for Operation Christmas Child at my church. And this is Billy Graham. So it's Baptist, but it's Christian, and they do all sorts of giveaways. People send them things to give, and y'all need to go on to Operation Christmas Child and look at one of their locations. I like the location in Atlanta the best. He tells you, they tell you everything about packing Operation Christmas Child boxes. Now the churches buy their own boxes, or the individuals buy their own boxes. You don't have to be affiliated with a church. You can fill up boxes and send them in yourself. That's also on Operation Christmas Child. So just look it up and look at one of their distribution centers. Like I said, Atlanta is my favorite. So this year I've already made 50 plushies or more for Operation Christmas Child. Well, I know it's more because I did Jenna's 40. Well, I actually did 39 of them. I didn't make that snake. I told you I wouldn't make it, and I'm still not making it. As a matter of fact, I took the pages of that book and taped the snake pages together. So I can't see them, because I can't see pictures of snakes in books. I can't see videos of them. If they come on the TV, my husband will holler, "Close your eyes," and I'll tell you when to reopen them so that I don't see them, because they do. They scare me. I mean, they really scare me. Because I've been huddled on the ground screaming before because there was a snake nearby. And laying on the ground is not fun, screaming. And one time I saw one near my house. Y'all, I screamed so loud, the neighbors came out with guns. They thought something had happened at my house and I needed rescuing. It's saying heavy rain near my location. So if it starts to thunder, my baby's going to have to get back in my lap. But she seems okay right now. But the storm's 11 miles away. Didn't expect a morning storm. They didn't say anything about it. But then I didn't expect the Wi-Fi to be out this morning either. So, like I said, I made 39 plushies from Jenna Tautu's book, No So Many Amigurumi. That book is fabulous, y'all. It absolutely is. You get 40 crochet patterns, and the book is like $22, $24. That's a bargain. It's less, and even with paying shipping, it's still less than $1 a pattern. Oh, I'm just choking this morning, y'all. And I'd rather use the coffee instead of a cough drop, because the cough drop, y'all would hear that rattling around in my mouth. But as soon as I finish this, I'm getting a cough drop. My husband said he'd go to the store and get me some more hoarhound candy. And they don't carry it at Walmart, so we go to our local pharmacy. It's not a chain, and they carry things like that. They also carry different supplies for different medical supplies, like wheelchairs and canes and the compression hose for all of those y'all with swelling feet and legs. Y'all know all about the compression hose, but they have a lot of medical supplies, and they carry that old candy. I don't know if it's old candy, but I remember it from my childhood. Anybody having questions? Any comments? Oh, come on. Somebody can do a comment. Say, I hated this video if you hate it. Like if you did if you like it. And tell me if you can't afford my plushies. They're just too expensive. Because someone told me that yesterday. They said, oh, I just love your plushies, but I won't be able to buy one. I just can't afford it right now. You know how the economy is. Or how the media says the economy is. I don't know. I really can't tell the difference. But everybody's going nuts. And eggs were already high. But they're a domestic product, I hope. I hope they're not shipping eggs from China or somewhere else. Now, I know we get a lot of fruit and vegetables from Mexico. So we'll just have to wait and see how things go. So I pretty much crochet every day. I might not get it finished. If it's something big like these back here, they might take me a week, at least 4 or 5 days. I'm a slow crocheter, and I'm proud of it. I don't have any deadlines or commitments. I am not going to be doing specials. So if I don't crochet it and list it, I'm not going to sell it. And somebody just said, good morning, Lily. Well, good morning, and that disappeared so fast I didn't catch the name. So now I crochet for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. I crochet for Operation Christmas Child. I've done a few of the soap socks. So, I don't know what I could do next. If y'all want me to show y'all a pattern, I know someone has asked me for the, I want to call him a gopher. He's not a gopher. Groundhog. Somebody wants the pattern for a groundhog. So I guess I'm going to have to find me one and give it to you. Or crochet it for you. But that's something I can look up. The cats are fighting outside. And it's eating that black cat. That black cat comes up on our porch. And it's hard to scare that thing off. I have gotten the rake and pushed it off the porch. And it'll jump back up and want to fight me. That cat is just a fighter. And I can't get rid of it. It keeps showing back up at my house, bothering my cats. I don't like it. The dog got so upset yesterday, she ran out on the porch and stood up to the cat. And that cat was twice the size of my poor little dog. So, I don't know what would happen if they had tangled. I really do not. But I was trying to get rid of the cat, get the cat off the porch. And I shoved it off the porch and it'd run around and jump up on the other side and come at me. So, I don't know about that cat or what to do about it. Maybe it'll just disappear like most of the other ones do. But back to crocheting. What do y'all want to see me make? You want to see me make wearables? Do you want me to make a shawl or something? I really don't want to. Now, I've seen some really pretty shawls and sweaters, but most of them are done in granny squares. I do not like granny squares. That was the 70s. We outgrew that, or I thought. But no granny squares for me. It might be in the future. But right now I'm saying no. No, no, no. Well, I love you too. Aren't you sweet? Yes, I'm calm. I'm in my 70s. There's no need to get excited or upset. I mean, it's just yarn. It's just a hook. It's just a little plushie. Or big plushies, it depends on who my designer is, but I can always guarantee that Jenna is going to do something huge. Now, this little baby eagle, now that's atypical for her. She doesn't do that very often, except for her book. Now, she did do us a no-sew mini crochet amigurumi. And I truly love that book. Baby doll, it says starting to thunder. Come here, girl. I'll pick you up. Okay. So my baby doesn't want picked up right now, but she's getting a little jumpy. Oh, there's my baby. You came back. Here's my poor scaredy cat baby. She does not like loud noises. The first 2 years we had her, if we moved the trash can or one of my step stools, she would start barking. Well, I've taught her not to bark, And that was hard to do because Yorkies are barkers. But it only took me like 4 hours to train her, so it really wasn't that hard. And I'm glad I have a dog that doesn't bark. My mother's dog barks at every little twitch. If she hears something, she's barking. Even if you can't find it or see it and you don't see anything in the yard, she's a barker. So y'all, I can't really tell I was live today, other than that's what my camera is showing me, and I'm on 5G. I don't know what happened to our internet this morning. It's out. I don't know how to get it back. My tech support is not at home. So maybe, I don't know if a line's down or if it's just our house, or I don't know. I guess I could call AT&T and see if the lines are down or if it's just me. But we woke up this morning without internet. We had it last night when we went to bed, but we don't have it now. So this isn't the live that I was expecting, because I thought I'd be able to check my Etsy and see if I'd sold anything. So I can't check my Etsy while I'm live, so I don't know if I've sold anything. Not really sure if I have many watchers. I don't know what those things up there mean. Mickey has the latest update on today's storm pattern. Okay. So if you see any of my amigurumi that you like, here's my Etsy store, Lillie Ramsden 4499. That's the same as my channel name. So if you look for me, you should be able to find me. So I don't know what y'all have planned for the rest of the day. I was thinking I might want to go out to eat lunch, but if it's going to be storming, I don't want to go. And we have several restaurants here in Adamsville. We have the Soul Kitchen is what I call it. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's called Soul something. We have a new one that I can't remember the name. I think it opened up about 2 weeks ago, but they have food. Dinners. You can get you a dinner or a lunch from there. I don't know what the hours are. And then there's the new place down the road that just opened up at the barbecue place down by Walmart. We heard that food is fantastic. So we might be going down there, but not if it's going to be raining. We'll have to just keep up with the weather report and check the radar. Well, have y'all had a good time today? Well, I did. So that's it for today. I wish I had things more exciting to show you, but we'll try this again another time. Thank you for watching. This is Lillie Ramsden. Like and comment. Thank you. Bye-bye. Do I know how to turn this off?